whatever. Do the damn thing. Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I am Martelle, and with me, as always, is Randy.
That's right. As always, it's back.
It's back. You know why it's back.
I do. So do our listeners. We have not heard back from them.
I keep checking the comment, and they're not.
They are not responding. They've uploaded a video since then, so I know they've seen it.
They had. Well, you get a notification when it happens.
They probably listened to 5 minutes of one random show of ours,
and they're like, "Shit."
They were like, "Nope."
These Satanists. There is not
these botanists.
These.
I listened to one episode and they drank pot beer.
Yeah, we did, but it wasn't really pot beer. It was just
skunky beer.
Very skunky, hoppy IPA.
It was like bad Corona, and not the virus.
I think anything Corona is bad.
I haven't had a Corona in a long time.
That's all right. You don't need one.
I'm not going to disagree. Uh-oh.
Let me. I can't re-angle this thing.
I already know what that is from here. Weak.
Yeah, kind of weak. It's new bottle.
Weak sauce. I hope whatever it is not as weak as that cork pop.
It won't be.
Bottle pop. Baby bottle pop. Baby bottle pop.
Shut your fat mouth.
You lick it up. Man, why do you have to say fat? It is, but... All right, so you're handing me a cold beer. In a lager glass.
And a warm whiskey. Irish Car Bomb. Boilermaker.
I hate Purdue.
Yeah, anyway, what's going on? Now that we started the show and I poured beers and we did the damn thing. But we haven't tried this yet, and we'll get into this in a minute, but how you been? What you been up to?
Work, man. It's been a weird week, but nothing major happened to me.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what I did this week. We went to a local restaurant last night I've never been to.
Yeah?
Goodwin's Family Restaurant in Circleville, Ohio. I've lived
Shout
in or
out to
around
Goodwin's, I guess.
Circleville for a million years, and I've never gone. So,
was it worth it?
It was.
Did you twerk it?
I did. I laid it down, flipped it, and reversed it.
Flip it and reverse it?
Okay. And we bought a table last night. So that's what's happening.
At the restaurant? That's weird.
Yeah, I was like, I like this table. I'm taking it home. I can either give you money for it or not. No, there's an antique store closing down. The owners are retiring.
Oh, no shit.
And for the last couple weekends, I guess it's been big news. Well, they were still open yesterday. So Beth went to renew her tags for the Jeep. Hits me up and says, hey, this Rosanna's, I think it's called. This place is open.
Do they have anything good?
She was, we're like, it's got to be picked over, right? So we go in, and we find this old table. And the reason we love it is, you've been to our house.
Yeah.
Our dinette table dining area is built in.
Yes.
It's an alcove with two benches on either side and a giant table.
It's literally called a breakfast nook.
Yes.
You have a breakfast nook in your kitchen.
And you can fit 6 to 8 people, depending on the size of them, around this table, plus a chair on the end. But the table's big. It's wide. It's bulky. Well, we found one that's a little narrower.
Well, it's kind of meant for that area.
Or
is that an aftermarket?
Yeah, that's an
addition.
Afterthought. Yeah, that table was not originally for that.
Okay, gotcha.
It works, but we found one that is one of those fold-away tables, but it's like the old style. So it's about tall table height, and then it has 2 leaves that fold up on the side. But when compacted, it's only the size of like a tall suitcase or something.
Okay.
So it was $140, but 60% off, so we got it for like $56. And Beth loved it, so I was like, sure, for that money, shoot.
Hell yeah, go ahead and get it.
That's a cheap dining table. So yeah, we got that. It's got the 2 different leaves. We'll probably leave one up because the 4 of us can fit around it with just one side up.
Yeah.
And then we have guests over. It's just like, boop. There we go.
Nice.
More room.
I like that.
So,
I have a table supposedly coming to me at some point. I don't necessarily want it.
Okay.
But I'm going to end up with it. I don't know where the hell I'm going to put it. But it's a pedestal table.
Okay.
So it's old. I mean, it's probably 150 years old, completely handmade.
That's cool.
And for those that don't know what a pedestal table is, my aunt has 2 of them. It is a table where the leg is in the middle.
Right.
It's just one big, like 18-inch, 24-inch diameter leg in the middle of it, and then it kind of sprouts out like tree trunk, like a tree roots at the bottom to stabilize it. And they're typically round.
Right.
And then you can pull them apart and add up to 6
Leaves in it.
Yeah. And the leaves are usually about 12 to 14 inches wide. When you had 6 of those, you're adding another.
That's a big table.
Well, and they're both like that, and one of them's actually missing a leaf.
You're making a teeter-totter at that point.
Basically. So these tables go from, something that is 4, 5 foot in diameter, 6 foot in diameter maybe, to like 16 feet long.
Awesome.
It is unreal. I have no idea where I would put this
So what
thing.
are you going to do with that?
I don't know.
You guys already have a big dining table.
Yeah, I
For
built
a family
one.
of 4, you have a big dining table.
Yeah, I built that one.
It's a great table.
It is. I actually want to make it smaller.
You mentioned that before.
I want to cut the 2 boards off of one off of each side and just try to make it a little more narrow. Like trying to pass stuff across it sucks. We only sit one person at each end anyway, although you can set 2 people at each end, and you can literally get 3 people down the side. I mean, this thing will sit 8 people. Not comfortably, but it'll sit.
I bet you could sit 8 pretty comfortably.
No.
That. No?
No. I fucked up the legs. So the legs are in a bad spot, and I always bang my left knee.
So the leg's the problem more than the
leg.
size of the table.
Yeah, so it would have to be, like, the legs should probably be to the far outside instead of tucked underneath. Like, they're just in the way.
You should have hired somebody better to build it.
Or I probably shouldn't have used another piece of a table to build another table. I literally took the frame of another table and bolted it to the bottom of the tabletop.
Oh.
And then put on 6x6, like true 6x6 barn beams.
It's a
for
beefy
legs.
table.
It weighs like 200 pounds. Like
Yeah, I want
tornadoes aren't taking this thing away. You want to survive,
Right.
just hide under it. So, but yeah, so that's
all I've had going on.
that's
A
a good
table
week.
and a dinner.
Let's see
Normal work
myself.
stuff.
I had a bunch of shit for work like Friday closing time. Like, oh, this is a problem. Oh, this is a problem. And I'm like, oh,
I hate
fuck, it's
that.
fucking Friday, and I'm off Monday because I'm leaving for Florida on Tuesday. I'm off. I'm just like, oh, you gotta be shitting me. I'm gonna be working this weekend now. So I'm doing everything I can do as far as email wise. Like, yeah, this should go to this, and this should go through this, and we need to make sure that we're following the process. And they come back and they're like, well, this goes in on Monday. And I'm like, oh, God damn it. Nope. So what was given to me was about 40 items that needed to be updated. And making updates, it sounds easy. Making the updates themselves is easy. The process is complicated. It'd take me probably 3 or 4 hours to make an update to 20 components. And I've got 40 some of these things.
So
But that's just to get
8 hours worth of work to do.
Well, no, now I've got like closer to 12 to 14 hours because that's just to get it into our stage environment.
Oh, it's a good thing we're podcasting right now.
Yeah. Well, come to find out after a meeting that it's actually 2 pieces that need to be updated. I'm like, oh, 2 pieces? That's
Not as bad.
not as bad. That's 30 minutes worth of work. So anyway, I'm going to have to work this weekend. So I'm happy about that. I had a really fucked up dream.
Awesome.
Yes. So it's good. So we all know who Bert Kreischer is.
Yeah,
The machine.
The machine.
So
Oh, I love Bert Kreischer.
I had it just
Have you watched The Cabin on Netflix?
Not yet.
Oh.
I have it on my list. Of
Do
things.
not have the girls anywhere near it.
No.
Not-
Bert's.
It's worse than a stand-up, dude.
I know.
It's so bad.
I'm surprised that actually the Netflix reached out to do it. I heard about it, but every now and then I'll listen to Two Bears in a Cave,
Same. Yeah.
and Tom Segura's. He's good as well.
Hilarious. Yep.
So anyway, for whatever reason, I was on tour with Bert.
You were on tour.
Not on stage, just on tour with him. I was just with him.
You were a lackey.
Yeah, I was
You were
just
just a
there.
tag-along.
He's like, yeah, Martelle, blah, blah, blah. And then, well, so smash cut to a point where I have to go take a shit. And I go.
I'd be afraid to do that.
Well,
with
we're
Bert
on the we're on
Kreischer
the
anywhere around.
we're on the tour bus,
Oh, man.
and so I walk into the bathroom on the tour bus, and it was just me at the time. And all of a sudden, Bert comes like storming through the tour bus, and he's like, "Martelle, get the fuck out of there!" And he like runs in, butt ass naked, and like starts to sit down on the shitter
While you're on it,
and like pushes me off the shitter, and I shit my pants, like literally just shit my pants. And he sits on the shitter. He's like, well, "That shit sucks." And then I fucking woke up, and I had to check my underwear because I thought I shit myself in my sleep.
one of those like you think you're starting to pee in a dream, and then you.
And then I'm laying there. I'm like, "Oh, I gotta go shit." And then I was in the bathroom for 45 minutes.
Oh, that's funny.
Shitting my brains out because of Bert Kreischer. It's his fault.
And we know you're listening, Bert. Big fans.
Big, huge fan. Huge
Thank
fan.
you. We'll tag you on the Instagram post for this one.
But it was just funny. It was just a quick fucked
Plot
up little
twist.
dream.
You tag Bert Kreischer on Instagram. He listens to this and then brings us on tour.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Or just for any of his Columbus stops.
He's like, "Hey,
just to hang a night with Bert Kreischer.
just to hang out."
You know you'd end up in some crazy crap.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, if you go back and listen to one of his stand-ups where he talks about being in Russia.
well,
And I won't give the
if
whole
you
plot
haven't
away.
heard that story by Bert
That's how
Kreischer,
he got the
you
nickname
don't know
The Machine.
Bert Kreischer. That's
Yeah.
that's what gave him his big break was that story.
Was that story?
He's even admitted that.
And that's how he got the name The Machine.
Right.
So just go find that piece and listen to it.
Go
You
watch
will
everything of his.
Well, watch that first.
Yeah,
That'll give you a
It's
really
also in his
good
very
idea.
first Netflix special.
Yeah, it'll give you a really good idea
So if you
of
watch
what's to come.
his Netflix specials in order, you'll hear that first.
Yeah. So other than that,
I can't imagine even. I would rather. I might if I had a choice.
choiced.
I noticed I said that and I paused to let my brain catch up with how stupid I just sounded. If I had a choice to be on Two Bears, One Cave or Joe Rogan's podcast,
I'd go Two Bears, One Cave.
I'd go Two Bears, One Cave.
Because I'm not smart enough to be on Rogan's.
Rogan's show, I'd just sit there and look like a bubbling idiot. Here, I'm on par with you.
I would sound like a super hypocrite on Rogan's show. He's just like, I don't know, like, yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, they get into some deep stuff on Rogan. I love Rogan.
I do too.
And given the opportunity, I would definitely be on his show too. But I feel like I could hang out with Segura and Kreischer
Much
and
easier.
shoot the breeze, and be
much easier than Joe.
I mean, I'm basically just a less known, fatter Bert Kreischer with not as cool stories. We're like the same.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm Tom Segura. I speak Spanish. Hablo.
You don't speak American.
I barely speak the treasonous English language.
Oh man,
It's for Patrick. Yeah, so other than that, I mean, had some contractors here at the house. So I'm looking for a new furnace.
I saw that. I saw your post.
I did. I reached out to get ideas for places to reach out to. This shit sucks. Like, my furnace is still functioning. Let's to be clear, but it is failing. We had a almost $700 heating bill this winter. That's how I know it's failing, because I've never had a heating bill that high, and I don't care how high the price of electric is. I've never had a heating bill that high.
That's crazy. I mean, you have a pretty big house, but that's way high. And if it's never been that high, something's
not right. The heat pump's not working efficiently, which is causing the heat exchange coils to heat the house.
Welcome to Buckhorn Podcast, your HVAC coordination station.
So had two guys come this week. One guy showed up, kind of went over everything, and I'm looking for geothermal. Like, to be clear, like, I want something that is super efficient. It's going to have like a 30-year life on it, not a 10 or 15-year life on it, which is where I'm at now. And he went over everything, and geothermal's expensive. Like, it's going to cost me upwards to like $30,000.
Yeah,
it's not cheap. Another guy comes and he starts picking apart the HVAC system that was installed in the house, and I'm like, just tagging on to all the other shit that's wrong with this house that I fucking hate and kind of wish a tornado would just tear it down. And he's like, "Oh, that's harsh." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, who built the house, if you don't mind me asking?" I'm like, "Oh, First Choice Homes." I said, he's like, "Oh, okay." I said, "Oh, no, don't worry. I'll bash them all the time. I fucking hate them. They suck. Hate them." So we're looking at probably another. I'm gonna guess like another 30,000 from that quote. It's unreal, and that is with a 26% tax credit.
That hurts.
Yeah. So, but other than that, we're just Sam's coming out to do my concrete in July. I wanted to push that back a little bit, middle of summer, so it's not so shitty outside. It snowed today. It rained today.
Well, I was going to say that concrete would not set up well in this kind of weather anyway.
No, that's why my basement sucks. It's because it was poured in the middle of fucking winter. But what else? There was some other shit that happened. I forgot to write it down. I don't know. Fuck it. Anyway, we got beers.
I don't know. We do. We
literally have Boilermakers. So Boilermaker, for those that don't know, is a beer, 12-ounce beer with 1.5 ounces of whiskey dropped into it, or set to the side, and you sip them back and forth. This, however, is I'm going to use local in quotes.
Okay.
Because Middle West Spirits is local to Columbus. That is a Columbus distillery.
We've been there.
We have been there. Brew Dog is local in the sense that they have a brewery in Canal Winchester, but they are a Scottish beer, but this was brewed here in the U.S. So I don't really consider
beer is local, but the company is not.
Yes, so I don't consider
kind
them
of like buying a Honda that was built in Marysville.
Yeah, it's American made. It's American built. Most of the parts probably came from China.
Yeah,
and they were shipped over. But Brew Dog and Middle West Spirits collaborated on this about 2 years ago.
Okay.
So what we have is the Lost Lager from Brew Dog.
Okay.
All right, which is it's a lager. Obviously, it's a Pilsner.
It looks great.
Or I'm sorry, it's not a Pilsner. It's a lager.
It's a lager. It's a Pilsner.
It's a Pilsner. No, it's a lager. It's 4.7%, and it's just called Lost. That's it.
Okay.
Lost.
Well, we found it.
And it's a dry hopped beer.
Okay.
So it should be. It's not gonna have like any citrusy bullshit.
It should just be like your standard lager.
It's going to be like a beer.
A basic American lager.
Yes. The Middle West Spirits, I'm going to have to look this one up. So the Middle West Spirits is called Lucky Find.
Okay.
So we got Lost and Find. This is a wheated whiskey. It's 46%. It's made from red winter wheat, aged over 3 years in American oak barrels. Okay?
All right.
So
I like wheated whiskeys.
Plus, it's Ohio wheat. It's all sourced from Ohio.
Love it.
So everything that Middle West does, they try to source locally to the state. Not so much but to the state. So dry hop Pilsner from Brew Dog, and the whiskey is brandied cherries, vanilla bean, and caramel. The beer should be light and citrusy.
The whiskey smells delicious.
So I don't know if this is different than their normal wheated whiskey that they have, which I have some downstairs, and we can test them against each other. I don't know if this is any different than that. Like if it's,
I would think
they made a slight change.
Yeah, I would think there'd be something different if they're doing a special thing.
But I can smell the cherries,
yes,
and the vanilla on that, like
agreed,
immediately.
It smells great.
And then the beer smells like a beer. I mean, it smells kind of citrusy. It smells very light.
It almost smells like Blue Moon.
A little bit, yeah.
Almost, not quite, but yeah,
a little bit. So you have your choice. You can either just dump your whiskey in, or you can sip one and sip the other.
Well, what are you going to do?
I'm going to sip one and sip the other.
Then I'll do the same.
So, starting with my whiskey. Oh, that is different than their wheated.
That's fantastic.
That's really good. That is good.
These pair well together.
Oh, yeah. Well, so they have another pairing I'm going to try to find.
This actually tastes like Blue Moon, but a little bit hoppier.
A little bit.
Just a touch, not a lot.
But it's so much lighter than Blue Moon is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's
so
like,
much lighter.
This is a good refreshing beer.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it's meant to be. It's meant to be, just got done mowing the yard, have a light Pilsner that you can just kind of kick back and relax with your green shoes on. Because you were mowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your shit.
Your white New Balances are green now.
Yeah.
They're stained.
They're stained green. This is fantastic. What intrigued me about this? I knew that this collaboration had happened. I didn't pay much attention to it because, to be honest, I wasn't drinking much Middle West spirits at the time. And it was one of those things that's like, okay, whatever. So, but I was out and I was down at Arena Spirits. I just kind of on my way back from losing my AirPods at the Arnold.
Nice.
I had to drive all the way over almost to the west side, and on my way back across 670, I'm like, I'm just going to swing by Arena real quick, see what they have. They had this. They had one bottle of it. Well, what caught my eye was the Brew Dog logo on the bottle.
So you're like, oh.
So when you look at this,
Yeah.
it's the Middle West Spirit. It's a different logo than what they typically use. The logos are like
I could tell the
gray.
bottle. When you went to open, I couldn't see the label. I knew the bottle shape.
Yeah.
I just didn't know what from Middle West it was.
Well,
So yes, it is a different type label.
yes, and this is batch number 2. So they've done this one before.
Okay.
But the logo's right there in the neck. So you've got the little Brew Dog
Gotcha.
howling logo in the shield on the neck. So
Ooh. And I must say, you poured this beer a little while ago. We are sitting in a sauna, naked, and it's still cold. It's still got the effervescent bubbles rising.
Yeah.
Like, this is a good, solid beer.
absolutely.
For all you listeners that say I'm not a beer guy, this is what I think of when I think of a good beer that I can sit and sip on and not. It doesn't make me feel bloated. It doesn't make me,
Did we do regular beer from Dewclaw? I don't remember. I don't think
we've
so.
done regular
If
beer.
I can find one,
Is it just called regular beer?
it's just called regular
That's
beer.
Awesome.
It's in a white can, like it's white labeled, like your
Like we talked
1980s
about.
style. Like I want to start a company just called White Label,
Mm-hmm.
and all the products are just going to be white with black block letters.
Yeah.
and that's it. Chips,
Beer.
tortilla chips, Pilsner. Why I couldn't just call it beer. It'd have to be whatever it was.
Well,
Pilsner, lager,
Right.
stout.
Not if you only made one. Beer.
Well,
That's
if
as basic
it's
as
just
it
one,
gets.
it's beer.
We just make beer. You want it or not?
Yeah, it's 17% and it's super light and crisp.
There's a
not even
small
possible.
restaurant that used to be in Best Family in Circleville. Hasn't been open since they left. They live in PA now. But I've always wanted to open it and just serve hamburgers and hot dogs. You come in, it's a small diner style. It's got a little
Yeah.
counter with the stools fastened to the ground.
Yeah. Call it White Label and
just wanna,
serve
like,
everything.
You come in and it's like you get a hamburger or a hot dog. We have some toppings, but like that's it. You get fries with it.
That was
There's not a million things
know
on the
what?
menu. There's not a million side dishes.
it's the way to do it.
It's just like burgers and fries.
I grew up with a pizza joint called Orlando's, and I've mentioned them before. Orlando. His name was Orlando. He was straight from the old country of
Florida.
of the Italies, and his name was Orlando Marook. And he wanted pizza like he had pizza back home.
Oh, we've talked about that before.
We've talked about it. Yeah, and that's where the
You
Ohio
go
Valley.
in, you get this pizza, and that's it.
That's it. There are no toppings.
Yeah.
He's like, we don't do toppings. He goes, you get pepperoni. That's it.
And then you guys talked him into mushrooms later
My
on.
mom talked him into
Yeah.
into doing mushrooms and a couple other people. My parents were really good friends with him and his son, and they talked him into mushrooms. He gave in to mushrooms. He's like, no. He goes, you want to put shit on that? Take it home.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't eat on premise anyway because you literally just walked in, stood in a line, and
Walked out.
walked out.
Yeah.
You got your pizza, and you.
But it's like, it's a small place.
out.
It doesn't seat many people. The dining area is like an L shape. There's some old style booths. There's those stools, might be 6 or 8 of them, and that's it. It's like you come in, you get a good quality burger or hot dog.
Is there really such thing as a quality
There
hot
are
dog?
better. There are better grade of ground up buttholes used in some. Yes.
Okay.
It's all still hot dog.
What if you just made hot dogs out of ground up beef?
Then they're called cheeseburger logs, and you can get them at Speedway on the griller.
You might want to just be like, can I get a hot dog, and you just come out with a burger
burger
dog,
dog?
and just set it down and be like, that's not hot. Be like, that's an all beef
Right.
hot dog.
But
Literally.
it's just like the old school, like you go in and your options are a burger with fries, and do you want a Coke or a water or a milkshake? Like just
Yeah.
like the old diner style.
Well, you
Not
also
a-
have,
'cause-
you need to put timers at each seat too. So
like
when
you're done.
when they sit down, you hit the timer, No, and like after like 10 minutes after they get their food, you gotta kick them out
Yeah, get out of here.
because seating's limited,
No coffee, no breakfast. We're open for lunch. We're open for dinner.
and we're barely open for that.
Yeah,
Just call it barely open.
right. Catch us if you can. But it's just like
Ketchup if you can.
Kind of like Bob's Burgers. You ever watch Bob's Burgers?
No.
Such a good show.
I'm sure it is.
But it's just like a very small.
I only have time to play PlayStation and not watch TV.
That's fair.
I can spend
My
8
Xbox
hours
died,
playing.
so
I can spend 8 hours playing PlayStation. I have no time to watch TV.
fair enough. But yeah, I just thought it'd be cool. Just like you go in, you sit down, burger, hot dog. Your fries are your fries. You don't get a choice.
Yeah,
You want seasoning? You got salt and pepper.
yeah.
Like,
You
just
got to put
basic.
vinegar in there.
I could do vinegar.
Diners have vinegar.
Well,
you have to put vinegar.
I don't consider that a seasoning. I said seasoning. That's a condiment.
Yeah.
Vinegar's fine. Ketchup, mustard, fine.
Okay. All right. I'll give you condiment.
In the old plastic bottles.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? At each table.
Yeah.
On the counter. That's it.
That's
You
all.
want a
That's
good
all that's
burger?
needed.
Come here and get it. You want a tofu salad
Go to
with
Columbus.
vegan, gluten-free, whatever? Yeah, go somewhere else.
Go to Columbus. So,
And
all
a
right.
good bun. You got to have a quality bun.
Potato bun.
You're a potato bun.
Potato buns are amazing.
I've never had one. I've had a pretzel bun.
I got some downstairs. I'll give you a
We'll just eat
you can
potato
just
buns.
Eat potato buns.
All right. I kind of want to drop it in now, too.
Go for it. Just pour it in. Don't drop it. in.
Well, that's what I meant. I'm sitting here like, sploosh, and it's sitting on the corner of Liz's desk, so she would not.
Well, one, the glass will not sit all the way to the bottom. The
Right.
Bourbon Hunters Kenzie Rams will not go all the way to the bottom of this glass because that's how I brought them up. Is I just kind of put the glass in the glass and then carried them up to make it easier, thinking that
All right, I'm going to pour it in
done.
the way it was intended by those who made it.
Now it looks like I'm going to be honest. Before it was yellow. Now it looks like dark urine.
It does. It looks like somebody needs to hydrate.
I kind of liked it better separate.
Yeah, I think sipping them both was better,
Yeah, I like it. I like
It's
it
not
separate.
bad.
It's not bad. I liked it better separate.
but it was better to sip them both.
like the
All right, let's pour these out and do it again.
the whiskey kind of took away from the beer flavor, but didn't add.
The whiskey toned down the crispness of the beer.
Yeah, but it didn't enhance it any.
No,
just changed the
I think
flavor.
I think it kind of mellowed out the beer flavor. And to be fair, the whiskey was phenomenal on its own.
It is. Absolutely, it is.
So we should rate these probably separately.
Well, we can rate them separately now, and then we can
And
rate
then-
them together.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the limited run on this bottle is going to be.
Availability is a little harder.
It might be, but it's only really available. So this is the clincher. This is the butt clincher.
But you said it.
I know. This bottle is only readily available near
Midwest.
no
Oh,
Brew Dogs.
really?
Yes. So there are 3 stores listed.
I was at Brew Dogs a week ago, and I did not see that.
I didn't say at
No,
Brew
I know,
Dog,
but I didn't even know of it.
because I don't think they talk
So-
about it. So this,
Well,
according,
and I just went in and bought stuff and left.
according to this article, you could get this at Middle West Spirits Bottle Shop downtown, the
Makes
store.
sense.
You can get this in Cincinnati because there's a Brew Dog in Cincinnati. You can get this in Canal Winchester, Kroger, because that's where Brew Dog is.
That's a mile from Brew Dog.
Damn near across the street.
Yeah.
So it's only available. The bottle is only available near Brew Dog breweries
Or Middle West.
or Middle West Spirits.
Which, to be fair, Middle West and Brew
Actually,
Dog
there's
Canal's
a
like 15 minutes apart.
As I say, there's a Brew Dog downtown.
Oh, is there?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Well, there you go.
So just outside the Short North, I think.
How much is this bottle?
This bottle, I believe I picked it up for. It was a little more than the typical $37. I think it was $45.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Still at a good price
I
range
am-
for something.
I am in on Middle West after.
You said that in the last couple months, really.
Well, after going
Because I mentioned picking up Weller Special Reserve, and you was like, bah, I'll pick up Middle West, for
Weller
$10 more.
Weller Special Reserve is great.
It is.
It's a little harder to get here.
It is. Than it used to be.
it didn't
We
used to
loved
be.
it when it was $22 and everywhere. As
Now
many as
it's
you wanted.
$22 and you still can't
Now
get
it's
it.
$25 and
Well.
you can't find it.
And you can't find it.
Period. Which is silly.
But this is just Middle West. Their offerings, their wheated bourbon, their pumpernickel rye, that stuff is readily available across Ohio.
Yeah, wherever you go.
Wherever you go, you can find a Middle West in Ohio.
Circleville has it. Circleville has like Jack, Captain, and vodka.
Yeah, and
But they have a bunch of Middle West.
Middle West is $37, I think, for all 3 bottles.
They also had a bottle of Buffalo Trace.
Well, I picked up a bottle of Buffalo Trace yesterday just because.
I did too, or Thursday, but you don't see anything out of Buffalo Trace distilleries in Circleville.
Yeah. Well, it's getting harder and harder just to see any of it. But so like I'm like I said, I'm heading to Florida on Tuesday. When this, as this releases, I'll be on a plane. I'm taking 2 bottles of Middle West spirits with me down to my brother-in-law.
You mentioned that, yeah.
So I went and picked up their pumpernickel rye and the bourbon. That's what I'm taking with me.
Good choices.
If they would have had the weeded, I would have grabbed a bottle of that, and I would have figured out how to stuff that in my check-in bag too.
In your prison purse.
Yeah. But this bottle, like I said...
Sorry, go ahead.
This bottle it's more of a limited run. It's only available at literally just those 3 locations that I read off. Although I did find this at Arena Spirits downtown, which maybe it's available because there's a Brew Dog down there now, but I don't know. Who knows? But it's a little bit more. But
go get it.
It is fantastic by itself.
What are you rating this? How many donuts?
I'm easily at like a 3.5 on this.
I am at a solid 3.5 on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm easily right there.
That was the exact number I was thinking. This is something you should definitely get.
If you can find it.
If you can find it. That's the thing. If this was...
This is a more lucrative... To me, this is a more lucrative bottle than trying to get my hands on a Weller or a Buffalo Trace or an Eagle Rare.
Yeah.
It's only available literally at 1 location and 2 locations in Columbus.
Yeah.
That's it. Weller, those can show up anywhere across Ohio.
Across America.
Yeah. Well, I'm referring specifically to Ohio.
Oh, yeah.
This is only going to show up.
If you're saying I've got a choice to get that or Weller, I'm getting that.
I'm getting this.
Yeah. It's much more limited.
Well, even for the price point of Weller, Buffalo Trace,
but
or
that
Eagle
versus
Rare. Honestly,
price point Eagle Rare at $32 is hard to beat.
Eagle
Rare's really
hold on.
good.
If Eagle Rare's at a store, I'm just buying both.
Yeah, sure. That's what I'm saying.
I can afford both.
Well, it's like that store coming back from Tennessee and Kentucky where I found the Eagle Rare, but they were in these package deals with crap I didn't know.
Right.
I wanted to buy every bottle they have of stuff I wanted, but it came with 2 more bottles of stuff I'd never heard of.
See, and I would probably take a chance on that.
Yeah, but it was hundreds of dollars.
Depending, I mean, if breaking down what's the price on this? What's the price? I want to know what the price of each bottle is,
right?
And then figure out if it's worth it.
Fair enough. It may be this year when we go down. I don't know. It's just in that moment to get 1 of 3 bottles. I wanted 3 bottles. There were 3 separate packages. Each one was split in a different package. So I'd have been buying 9 bottles.
Right.
I mean, hundreds of dollars to get 3 that I really want, and then 6 that I'm taking a huge risk on.
Well, you took a huge risk on that, bringing that moonshine into my house.
Oh, that was bad.
I know.
It's bad when I take. So I let it sit, and I don't know. I just wanted something to sip on. It was.
I like the fact that you are taking a risk on moonshine and not whiskey. Not bourbon.
I mean, say that's who I am.
I took a shot on Beam. I took a shot on Kentucky Tavern.
You took a shot on. That's not taking a shot. When you paid less for that than you would spend at Taco Bell. That's not taking a shot.
We've got that bottle of Magnolia Spirits downstairs that I won't touch.
I forgot about that.
We've got. I think I may have finally dumped it. That Catoctin Creek that went bad. That they told me to go fuck myself. Essentially.
Oh yeah.
I quit following them on everything too. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, take that, Catoctin Creek.
Yeah,
thanks for sending us that one bottle once.
They sent us a bottle. It was great.
Yeah,
like we raved.
We were all about them.
I've had more than one bottle of their stuff. Everything's fantastic. But when you call them with a complaint, it was basically stuff it up your ass.
Yeah, poor customer
So
service.
I did. I stuffed it down my house's ass in the sink. I put it right into the septic tank, into the shitter.
Yeah, that bottle.
I should have dumped it in the toilet and then flushed it instead of dumping it down the drain.
Made a video of it. Would have gone virus. That bottle of 4 times distilled whiskey, unaged. Very corn whiskey, moonshine flavor, heavy. I tried pouring it over ice and letting it sit for a second and sipping it. Nope. I tried mixing it with, what did I try it with? A Coke, I think? Nope. And then I finally just went,
It just wasn't good.
I have to pour this out.
It wasn't good.
Because I'm sitting there going, I don't want to waste it. But
you could have given it to a college student and let them make a hairy buffalo out of it with it. But
turn me into a hairy buffalo.
I mean,
it's hard for me to.
I like homemade moonshine. I do, but only when it's made as an apple pie. You could have made it into apple pie.
Maybe did I pour it? It might still be sitting.
If you didn't pour it,
I poured what was in my glass out. I know that. I don't know if I poured the bottle out.
If you didn't dump it,
all I know is I tried those two, took a sip of each, and was like, maybe I don't need anything tonight, and just watch TV.
Well, maybe that's what you need to do every night.
Well, I have been.
Just take a drink to that and be like, I don't need anything tonight.
I'm good.
I'm good. If you haven't dumped it out, let's try this with it. Make it into apple pie. Make apple pie with it.
I might could do that.
Just that. Don't add anything else into it. Do the whole apple pie recipe where I think you heat it up, you do whatever, and make apple pie out of it. And see how that comes out, and we'll try it on the show.
We can try it. I'll see if I got some left.
You can pour it right back into the same bottle.
Because I kept trying. I know I've poured more of it because since we've had it, I've kept trying to find a way to make it palatable.
Let's try that.
Just
do the brown sugar, add the cinnamon sticks to it, boil it
all up.
Cook it up the way you're supposed to. Funnel it right back into the bottle. Throw some more cinnamon sticks in it. Let it sit.
I'll butt funnel it.
You do that too. We'll give it a try. We'll see how that works.
We can try that, but we'll
see how that works.
This, on the other hand, this Midwest, I say get it. 3.5 out of 5 donuts. That means anything above a 2 is try it. Anything above 2.5 is go get it.
Yeah,
3.5. This is a good rating.
It's fantastic. I mean, anything from Midwest.
I've never had bad Midwest. I will say that.
I have not either, and I already told Liz that they have 3 bottles. You're going to be like, ugh! They have 3 bottles that are $100 a piece.
Yeah, I know. We've talked about one of them.
I'm going to go get all of them.
I'm not going to be like, ugh! I'm going to be like, maybe I'll get to try them.
Maybe I'll get to drink some of these.
You should, Martelle.
I damn near just picked up one of those bottles to take with me down to Florida instead of picking up 2 different bottles. Almost.
Yeah, that's a tough call there. I would say for the Florida trip too would be better because you have a variety.
Well, we're doing a whiskey tasting.
Yeah, so you want,
and so I'm going to leave them down there for my brother.
And you can pick up a bottle of Pappy for like $5,800.
Yeah, I mean it'll be it'll be a solid cheap, $10,000.
It's fine.
Fucking idiots.
One of a fellow I know through Columbus Racing, which is now defunct. There's a news site, by the way.
Yeah, it's called Homo.
It's called Homo. How do you find out about it?
I got the email because I'm one of the original members of Columbus Racing.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's actually Ohio Motorsports. It's ohmo.co.
But when you look at it, your
eyes immediately go homo.co.
Homo.co. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why Stillman decided that was a good abbreviation.
Because he's going with
MO, I know.
Co.
Anyway,
Moco.
It was actually Stillman posted that he scored 3 bottles of Eagle Rare.
Okay,
cool. Well, then all these people, like one guy posted like 19 bottles of it unopened. Somebody posted like 7 bottles unopened, and he replied to him like, "Yeah, but I'm going to drink these. I bought these to drink. These will not be."
Did that on the Homoco?
No, this was Facebook.
Omoco. I'm not friends with Stillman on Facebook.
So
I haven't seen Stillman in probably fucking 15 years.
I'm just now friends with Stillman on Facebook because I went on a cruise that he was on back in the fall. Me and Beth did.
On a boat.
Yes. But before that, we weren't Facebook friends. I knew of him, but I still don't really know him. But
I used to talk to him all the time.
What?
I mean, at one point, I would talk to him because he was doing all the motorcycle shit, and
yep.
But he was still with Columbus Racing, and
so he posted these 3 bottles. Everybody starts like, that's not enough. Then somebody posted a bottle of Pappy, and I replied, like, all these people are just showing off their collections, which some had. This one guy had like double digits worth of bottles, and I replied, LOL, the people in your comments are the reason you and I can't find Eagle Rare, and the reason prices have gotten so stupid or something like that. And he liked the comment. Nobody replied after that. So what are you showing me? I'm getting a...
Maybe.
Careful what you click on. I don't want to see a picture of your penis.
No, it's...
On your phone.
To get this damn image to open up. There it is. Okay. Turn this sideways.
Okay, so Martelle is showing me an image on his phone Pappy, yeah. Whistle Pig. Yeah, you can keep the blue label. Johnny. So, yeah, get back on your mic. We're still podcasting.
Oh, no, I know. But so that is a guy that I went to high school with.
Okay.
If
he has those and he's drinking them, good on him.
Oh, no.
But these people were bragging about how many bottles they had unopened.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have a lot of unopened bottles downstairs.
But you don't buy to hoard.
But I don't buy to hoard.
You don't stand
And I don't
online.
buy to sell. But he's got, like, here's another post or another text he sent me in December. He's got the Whistle Pig Boss Hog. That's the $600 bottle.
Yeah, that's an expensive one.
What else? There was, he got a scored bottle of Van Winkle. And he said, don't ask how much it cost. And I said, I don't want to know. But Bobby's a good dude. He lives in Indiana.
Good.
He's a CrossFitter. He owns 2 CrossFit gyms.
If he's enjoying them too, awesome.
Oh, hell yeah. But
having multiple bottles and then bragging about it, I was just like, I wasn't mad.
do you know how many multiple bottles of Virgil Cane I have and don't brag about it?
Well, yeah.
Look at all this Virgil Cane I got. And
But it was just like...
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Although I may be making a trip down to South Carolina.
You find me ginger.
Hold on. Listen. I got a text message from a buddy of mine. And he's like, where do you get your Virgil Cane? And I said, well, typically I get it when I'm at Myrtle Beach or Hilton Head. How long do you think it would take to drive down there and back?
Uh-oh.
I said,
you're 12 hours down there.
So I'm probably going to Charleston. I said, we're easily like 10 to 12 hours to Charleston. Day.
Yeah.
Full day.
Full 24. That's without stops. That's
just stopping to get gas.
Right. But I mean, without going shopping when you're there.
Right.
That's just there and back. It's like 24 hours.
I'm like, that's a hell of a trip, though. Like, that's us just driving consistently down there, going to the distillery, going, armful, pull it in. He's like, well, what makes it worth going down there solely to get Virgil Cane? He's like, a case? And his wife chimes up. She goes, no, motherfucker, 2 cases. And I'm like, no.
No. I was going to say, I would not do it for 2 cases.
I said, 2 cases. I said, 2 cases for you and 2 cases for me. That's 4 cases. I said, does not make it worth going down there.
Just there and back.
There and back. I said,
I mean, you're talking driving through the night.
I said,
even if you're swapping off.
I said, here's the thing. I said, they have different offerings. I said, it's not just the ginger. I said, that I brought over. I said, they have a really good rye. They have a really good wheat. I said, they have a bunch of collaboration stuff.
So he was wanting to go just for the ginger?
No. He just wanted to go for Virgil Cane. And I said, we got to load up the entire bed of your truck.
Yeah.
I said, you have an 8-foot bed on your truck? That makes it worth the trip.
Does he have a cover of some sort?
Yes.
There you go.
He drives, he's got a Chevy like 3500.
Okay.
8-foot bed, pulls a fucking gooseneck
Load up the trailer too.
Pulls a gooseneck camper for it. Like he got it for the camper.
Eastbound down.
And I'm like, we take the gooseneck attachment out of the bed of your truck, and then we load up the bed of your truck. Like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth to make it worth that 24-hour trip.
Yeah. That would be legendary.
And he goes, I said, so when do we leave? Yeah. And he's like, holy shit. And I'm like,
it was like that. I think it was a TikTok. I saw some video and it said, if you ain't friends like this, I don't want you in my life or something. And it was a clip from some TV show or movie. Yeah, I don't know what it was from, but the guy walks in the room, this dude's sitting in a chair. Guy busts in the room and goes, look, you need to come with me. We're going to be gone for a while. I don't know how long. There's going to be some sketchy shit going on. And the guy looks at him and goes, whose car are we taking? I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, well,
Mo had sent me a message. And I said, when do I need to be there and how many shovels do I need to bring?
I don't even mess with shovels. That's evidence. There's better ways.
Well, there may be. But I'm just like,
yeah.
When do I need to be there and how many shovels?
There's about 3 times in my life that people have contacted me saying, here's what's going on. And my response was, I'm literally getting my vehicle right now.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
I won't do that for everybody, but I'll do that for a select few people in this room.
I'm all 3 of those few people.
I'm talking about me.
Yeah. Me, myself, and Irene. Yeah, no, I had one where a guy was out of state and his wife got hit by somebody.
Abducted by aliens.
And no, that I would have been
we're going to find them.
We're going to do butt stuff. but she had gotten hit by a male figure who we all knew, and I jumped in the car, and he called me and said, I need to handle this. Fair enough. Your situation.
With a shovel to the face.
Because he texted me, and I texted back in the truck headed there, and he called me like, stop, turn around, like, we got it.
Yeah.
There was a situation where one of my cousins got abused by her long-term live-in boyfriend, and I said, let's go. But yeah, there have been certain situations where I didn't ask questions. It's just, there was one time.
Do I need to bring a gun or do I need to bring a shovel?
Which, why not both?
I mean, why can't one be both items?
There was one time where Beth went, I'll see you, whenever I see you. She knew I was going to do stuff, and it may land me in jail. But she also understood it had to be done.
Bail.
Thankfully, it didn't come to that. One was a male cousin of mine that got in a very sketchy situation on the south end of Columbus where he was living, and we had to go middle of the night to move him.
Yeah, I've
to
had to do
remove
that.
him from a situation because it. But
not remove some. Well, I've had to go and help move somebody out of their.
Well, that's what it was.
He
He wasn't doing anything wrong either, but he's like he called somebody else close to me. They contacted me for help. I told Beth I've got to go. She said, "Yes, you do."
Yeah,
like she just understood it has to be done.
Yeah, and there are situations like that where it like
you just you got to do what you got to do. So anyway,
gotta get the fuck out.
Middle West, well done.
So
again.
Middle West, fantastic job. What do you give the beer?
3.5.
Okay, yeah.
I love it.
I like Brew Dog stuff. I just think a lot of Brew Dog stuff is fucking snowing again.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think Brew Dog stuff, I think a lot of it is overpriced. Like
I don't like a lot of Brew Dog stuff. I don't like the Elvis juice.
Oh no, I say the Elvis juice. I've come to like the Elvis juice. I used to not like
Everybody
it.
raves on it. I tried it in a flight.
It's like their main staple.
It
but
is.
You have to like hoppy IPAs.
That's the thing, though. I don't. This I love.
This is basic beer.
How much was this? Roughly, I know you.
$8.99 for a 6-pack.
Yeah, that's worth it. I'd pay it. That's a good quality beer.
I should have picked up the 12-pack. And I've had it before, but I'm like, you know what? I don't want to have this sitting around just in case I don't like it, but I'm buying it specifically for this. I only wanted 2 cans. I couldn't get just 2 cans. So I found a 6-pack. It was the only 6-pack in the store. But a lot of Brew Dog stuff I do like. I just think it's overpriced. Like their Jet Black Heart is amazing.
Yes, I tried that one.
They had another one and I can't remember what the name of it is. It's also a very dark beer.
There's one of their dark. I was trying to look up Brew Dog real quick,
and
my phone's blowing up right now.
Their Elvis juice is really good. I don't know if it was an April Fool's joke or not, but I thought I saw that they were releasing another, like a stout version of Elvis juice. I'm hoping. I need to look it back up. I hope it's not a thing. I hope it was an April Fool's thing. But anyway, I'm gonna pause the show, or you can sing.
Dead and Buried, I think.
Either one. But I'm gonna go grab the Middle West wheat in 2 more glasses, so we can do this a quick side-by-side comparison, and then we'll get into and finish up the show with after we pour the whiskey into the Lost Lager. Cool.
Great. And I will entertain in the meantime, and you can decide to bleep it or cut it out later. So here we go with DMX's greatest hits, sung in the style of Frank Sinatra. You gotta stop. You'd better drop. Oh, we're gonna shut them down and open up a shop. I said, hey. Oh, hey. Oh, ho, that's how Rough Riders roll. I don't know where to go from that. It's really hard. It's a lot harder to do that when I'm not working third shift in a factory somewhere and tired out of my mind like I used to. I used to, open the door. It's the ATF. Too late to send my girl downstairs to say he left. Martelle's back. Good for you. Now we're going to drink more whiskey too. So we're going to try these back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
All right, let me give you this. I'll finish my beer while you start pouring. Okay. So this one is the...
This is the Lucky Find.
Lucky Find, which is good. So we didn't mix the glasses. I'm going to put that on the left. That is weeded Lucky Find. Ooh, and then you got the skull shot glass thingy. And this is the... All right, let me finish my beer real quick.
This is the straight weeded whiskey. So I want to see how these two differ.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
So the Lucky Find. Well, before we taste them, we're gonna rate the Boilermaker that we made. Which I'm giving. Once I poured the whiskey in, I'm like, it kind of took away from
3.5 on the whiskey, 3.5 on the beer.
Like a 2.
2.5.
I'm a 2.
I'm 2.5. I'd say if you're into Boilermakers, it's worth trying.
Maybe.
But if I had each of these again, I would not pour them together.
No,
I
absolutely
would
not. Sip them separately, but
and that
back
beer
to back.
cold, sipping that whiskey and then that cold beer behind
good.
it, that was good.
So good. Okay.
You know what we've never done either? A pickleback.
We have not. No, we did.
Talked about it. No, we never did it. We talked about
Didn't I bring pickle juice up and we did a
We've done stuff with pickles.
pickle juice and whiskey?
We've gotten real kinky with pickles.
Yeah. I thought we did that already.
Moonshine pickles, which are gross.
No, we did pickle shots.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did them.
All right, I'm also talking now to kind of clear. I just chugged that last. It wasn't a bunch, but that beer's all up in my mouth. So
No, you're fine. So I'm looking at the bottles side by side. The Lucky Find is a wheated whiskey, and I've got the straight wheat whiskey aged over 3 years. They're both
aged over 3 years.
I think they're both aged over 3 years. They're both 46%. They both come out of Columbus, and they're both.
So the only thing discernible, the difference is in the label.
It is the label, which I guess I'm gonna have to take a picture of this. I already staged photos downstairs well before you got here.
Well, yeah, you were all set up for. You haven't been this set up in a while. You just paid $45 for their $34 wheated whiskey with a different label.
Maybe, but we're about to find out. We're about to find out if there's a different flavor or taste between the two.
Oh.
All right, so try your skull shot glass first.
Okay, so this is the
because it is just the wheated whiskey.
Less cherry aroma on the nose for sure.
Well, you know what? Go ahead and nose the other one. So nose that one, then, and you're gonna get a significant difference.
This one smells a little spicy, like the baking spices. Not spicy like muy caliente.
Now do the
nuttier. This one's nuttier and spicy.
Okay, and get the Lucky Find.
Sweeter.
Way
sweeter smelling.
Way sweeter smelling.
Noticeable difference.
Like,
so
huge amount of cherry on the Lucky Find.
Yes, cherry with a touch of vanilla.
Of baking spice and kind of a spicier note, like a nutty note.
Yeah.
I don't know walnut. Walnut may be a good description, but a nutty, spicy note to it.
So we're going to try the skull first.
So we're going to try the wheated bourbon.
All right.
Or the straight wheat whiskey first.
So I would say bottoms up, but it's a skull. So chins up, I guess.
Oh my God, there's such a huge difference. I can already tell it.
Yeah, I can. We've had a beer in between these, and I know there's going to be a big difference.
Yeah, there's already a huge difference between them. They are not the same.
Very smooth.
Oh yeah.
This one to me tastes more mellow, less bold.
I was going to say it's not as full bodied.
Yeah, it's more relaxed.
Yes.
This tastes neat, almost like not watered down, but almost like over the rocks, like that kind of mellow. Just I like it.
It's a great sipper. It's a great sipper. I mean, you can't go wrong with it.
I'm going to go some here, but I'm going to go to this one.
Go to the Lucky Find.
Lucky Find.
A significant difference between the two.
Yeah, they're definitely different.
One is very sweet, and one is very.
This one hits more on the tip of the tongue. I think.
Oh,
It's
absolutely.
very upfront. It's very bold. It's not as. I don't care what people think about the word. It's not as smooth, not as mellow, but
I think it's just as smooth. It's just not as mellow.
I think it's more bold. I don't think it's that smooth.
Bold and smooth are it has more robust flavor to it.
Maybe that's
with the cherry and the vanilla.
To me, the Lucky Find, this would pair well with one of my favorite cigars.
Yes,
which is a very sweet
cigar. I may have to pour some of this into a bottle and throw it into my luggage as well to take it with me.
Yeah, this is pretty good. I'd at least take a sampling of this with you.
I might have to
for a couple pours.
Well, I don't know who all's going to be there, but I'll have to see what I got that I can do.
Well, even if you just take this to share with you and your brother-in-law, it doesn't have to be part of the whole whiskey tasting. But this is Yeah, this is solid.
This is, if I can find another bottle of this, I am picking up another bottle of the Lucky Find.
I can't say it's worth the price. It's a limited run. I can't say it's better than the standard. It's different. They're both different. Great.
They're both weeded, but they are prepped differently. They're finished differently.
Yeah.
There's some, and when I say finished, they're not finished.
I was going to say, I'd like to know the mash bill of each.
But it's got to be the same.
But it's then what's different?
They've done something different in
the
Lucky Find
years in the same white oak barrels,
right? But they've done something different.
That's what I'm saying. There's got to be something.
But it's not the mash bill.
Well, mash bill process. I want to know it all, start to finish.
For the lost lager to complement that lost lager when you sip them.
We should
side
just go
by
down
side.
and ask them. I mean, not today.
I don't even have to do that.
You want to make a phone call?
I'm going to make a quick text message.
Okay, you do that because if they're the same mash bill, they're the same ABV, they're aged the same in the same kind of barrels. I'm assuming in the same rickhouse. There's a vast difference.
I wouldn't even say they're in a rickhouse. I'm almost certain they're just sitting in a warehouse downtown.
I just call it a rickhouse.
It's fine.
Where whiskey's aged. That's fair because it can be aged in somebody's garage technically, but there's a very big difference in the two.
There's a huge difference in the two.
And I'm almost wondering if this might have made a better pour-in Boilermaker than this. I think this might have been better poured into the beer.
Maybe poured into it, yes,
Yeah.
but not to complement it side by side.
No, because this you need the robust flavor, and then the crisp coolness of the beer. They play off of each other.
Right. Let me.
You make your text with your connections, but these are very good.
What is that? Lucky Find.
Yeah, Lucky Find.
And what are the? So we'll see if Sam gets back to me before we end the show, which will really be in a couple minutes after we finish these up. But
well, if not, we're about to record a second episode. So
we are
next week.
We are going to record another episode because I'll be out of town when we typically record. But I sent Sam a message. Sam's a guy that I met who has friends down at Middle West, huge connections at Middle West. So we'll see what he says. But in the meantime, you can't go wrong with Middle West's weeded whiskey.
I've not had a bad Middle West product, period.
Well, they only make 3 core products, and we've had all 3 here. The bourbon, the weeded,
and the
pumpernickel rye.
Yeah.
I have all 3 of them downstairs.
I'm just saying, I was agreeing with you. I'm just stating the fact that
now,
if you've not tried Middle West, especially for the prices.
Well,
now we haven't tried the $100 bottles.
I have.
I haven't tried the $100.
You haven't tried the $100 bottles. I am going to buy all 3 of them. I think they have 3 bottles that are $100 a piece. I've already warned Liz.
You should do that for our 5-year anniversary.
I'm going out to buy those.
I'll take one.
No. So they do make what they call the Soul of Scarlet bourbon, which is their bourbon whiskey. It is crafted using red winter wheat, sweet yellow corn, and pumpernickel rye in 2-row barley, and it's aged 4 years in American oak barrels. Okay? It is to be paired with the Nitro Jet Black Heart, which is a 4.7% beer. It's an oatmeal stout.
Yep.
I'm trying to find that bottle now. I need to run up to Canal to see if they have it.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
If I can get that bottle, we're going to do this again with the Jet Black Heart. Jet Black Heart was the one that I mentioned before that I think Brew Dog does a great job with. It's just a bit expensive.
I'll pitch in on it. I can throw in on.
No, I think when you go up there.
Oh, you're just saying in general. It's
I just think it's expensive.
Yeah,
I will buy it because you and I are going to drink a can. And then I'm going to drink the rest of
right
by myself.
They have a. So Beth and I went there for one of our meals for our anniversary weekend last year, which is the same weekend we did that cruise with Stillman, ironically enough. But I was like, we want to try something different. We looked at Brew Dog's menu, and I was like, their food actually looks good.
Their food is fantastic.
So we go up there.
Those motherfuckers, though, they change their menu too often, and they take shit off that is their best sellers.
Do they?
They are their own worst goddamn enemies over there at Brew Dog.
Well, I've only been there once for a meal.
Oh.
I got a flight of beers, tried the Elvis juice. I told them, And Sarah, who used to work at Outerbutt, was there.
Yeah.
She was my bartender. I was
well, she doesn't work there anymore.
yeah, I know.
She left.
She's already gone. But I was like, hey, so you know what I like, and she hooked me up. We got a flight of beers. Beth tried a small flight of wine because Beth's not a beer drinker. She's not a whiskey drinker. They have a wine there. Fantastic. $8 to $12 bottle of wine that costs like $30.
That's where I buy.
It's just like
I'm in the $8 to $12 bottle range.
But the one that we like from Brew Dog's like $30.
Is it from
20,
Brew Dog or
30.
is it
Don't
a
know.
Brew Dog wine?
Don't
Because
know.
they do make alcohol. They do make spirits.
So yeah.
But we can't get them here in the U.S.
So it is. I think I still have a picture because I took a picture of the label.
They make a whiskey that I want to get my hands on. What was I going to say? Oh, so because Liz and I would go to Brew Dog randomly for lunch, and for my birthday we would go because the Brew Dog's been open for a bit now, like 6 years or so, and they had a smoked pork nacho platter as an appetizer.
That sounds good.
It was pork. It had some sprouts on it, some cilantro, some aioli sauce, or some bullshit. A smoked pork over a bed of nachos with some guacamole. Fucking amazing.
Sounds good.
They took it off their menu. I showed up the one day, and I'm like, yeah, I'll have just... She was like, do you know what you want? I'm like, yeah, I'll have a jet black heart, and I'll have the smoked pork nachos. She was like, we don't have that on the menu anymore. I said, excuse me?
Put it on the menu.
She goes, the chef took that off the menu. I'm like... She goes, I don't understand why. She goes, because it was one of our best sellers. She goes, but he took it off the menu. I said...
Because he hated making it.
I said, I need you to do me a favor. Go get your manager.
Go get Ratatouille.
Not the manager that's on duty right now. I said, I need the manager.
You went full Karen.
I went full fucking Brandon on it. Brandon, by the way, is the male version of a Karen.
Oh, is it?
I found out.
I thought it was Richard.
No, it's
Brandon?
It's literally Brandon. So
That's awesome. Makes sense.
It doesn't.
Fitting.
And so he comes out, and I said, so whoever your chef is,
Fire him. Or her.
I said, why not fire? I said they need to be penalized. I said
I am going to penalize them.
I said you took your best-selling item off your menu. He's like, the smoked pork nachos. He goes, you're not the first person to say something today. I'm like, right. I said, so I don't want to be the last person to say something today. Or maybe I do. I don't know. I said, it's your choice. I said, you need to bring that shit back. I said, I don't know who the fuck the chef is. I said, but they're a fucking moron. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
They're dumb. Why would you take something that sells so well off your menu because you want to try to substitute it with something else like, oh, I don't know, some fucking shitty pizza with lettuce on it.
Some lettuce and pineapple and soybeans or something.
And he goes, the chef runs the menu. I said, are you not the manager? Do you not manage them?
Some of those restaurants, though.
His response was, he's like, no, him and I are same level. I said, well, then you need to talk to your guy.
Your partner.
That manages him. I said, because your guy is a fucking moron. I said, now I would really like some smoked pork nachos on my birthday. That is not going to happen. I said, so bring me a habanero pizza.
And then you threw the beer in his face.
And then I paid for everything and left.
Nothing changed.
So I got a response from Sam. Sam asked me how I'm doing. He said, also, how you doing? Good question. I believe the weeded is cherry cask. But I forgot the exact. Also, how you doing?
Well, they're both weeded, so that doesn't.
So they're both weeded. So if
it's just so the one you read, the Lucky Find.
Now the Lucky
was
Find
white American oak.
They're both white American oak.
Okay.
They're both the same. There's just something that they're doing in the finish to make the one a little
that's
sweeter.
What we want to figure out.
So he's not 100%, which is fine. But if they are doing a finish in a sherry cask on the Lucky Find, that's where we're getting that cherry flavoring from. It's going to be sweeter with in a sherry cask. So that may be the case.
Okay.
I'm going to take that as that's what it is.
Well, I've got a little bit of that left, so I'm going to finish that as we finish this episode.
Right here.
Cheers.
Cheers, Chief. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Insta, Google, tweets to Graham.
If you know anybody over at the Buckhorn Ministry podcast, let
everybody go to their YouTube and make comments.
Yeah, but absolutely.
Don't be jerks.
Don't be a dick about it.
Because I do want them on the show.
Don't be a dick about it, because I had to bleep out the show last week when I called them names.
I actually started listening to our episode, and I was like, you bleeped out the word fat, too, when I said fat.
No, I said fat.
That's what it was. I rewound. I was like, what did he just bleep? What?
I bleeped out me, not you, so much.
Was that what it was? Oh,
and funny. So go make comments on their YouTube page. Tell them that they should be on the show. I will be nice. We will be
courteous and professional.
Ish.
Until we aren't.
Until I've had too much to drink.
We should make that a bottle kill episode.
That would have to be a bottle, because I'm pretty sure that I will lose my goddamn mind.
Oh man, I don't know which would be funnier though.
So if you're listening, go to episode 19 specifically on YouTube and start commenting on that episode. Listen to it. You only have to listen to the first 5 minutes to realize that something is
not us.
There's some fuckery aboot.
And if you listen to last week's episode, you'll realize they have ganked our entire intro, which made Martelle go back and do something he did not want to do.
Yes.
Even though it's his fault I was not on an episode.
It was, but it was Mo and I.
I'm not mad about it.
And you can't be. I mean, we did literally 6 episodes driving to Indianapolis.
It would be the dumbest thing to get upset over. After 4.5, almost 5 years of listening to your bull crap.
I know. Well, and I'm so full of shit, too.
Aren't we both?
But go and listen to episode 19, and then go ahead and listen to like the first 2.5 minutes of 20, 21, and 22, and 20. All the ones they played on the show. They all start the same. They all start with me as always is. That is not something.
No other podcast does that.
No other podcast starts a show that way.
No.
There's no fucking way. I don't give two goddamns.
When I go to my podcast, I listen to Podbean for all my podcasts. Okay, I'm not advocating them. It's just the app I had, so I stuck with it. I listen to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 4, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. I listen to like 42 podcasts, counting ours. So say 41 podcasts. I listen to some of them every episode. Some are just there when I have nothing else to listen to. Not one
starts the show that way. I started the show, I specifically started the show in a way that no one else is going to start their show.
We did our research.
Hey,
we checked
this is
other
Martelle,
podcast names.
And with me as always is Randy. No one starts the show that way.
And I didn't even want to be called Randy. I don't want people to know my name when we started.
You didn't. I'm like, you're fucking Randy.
Well, you can't remember anything.
Well, no, I know that you at about the time we started the show, you changed your name to Otis on Facebook.
It was a couple of years after.
Either way, you changed.
I was going to make up some name, and you're like,
no. Even when we started the show, you're like, no, just refer to me as Otis. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
No, I don't.
We're using our fucking names. Now I use my last name because that's how everybody knows me.
Yeah.
Oh, we got time. I got a quick story.
Uh-oh.
Someone reached out to me on Instagram.
Somebody reached under me once.
I said reached out to me, not under me. They're not going for undercarriage.
They were from Grindr.
They were just like
I thought he just wanted to be friends.
They're just ET phone honing to me.
And he said, "Don't you wanna be more than friends?"
And you were like, "No."
And I was like, "No, wait. Oh, that feels kind of nice.
Hold on.
Maybe I do." All right, so somebody reached out to you.
How many fingers are you using?
How many hands is that?
So someone reached out to me on Instagram, and I've known about her for years.
Oh, it's a her. It's a she.
It's a she. It is a she. I've known about her for years. Her name
Shania Twain.
Ashley Martelle.
Okay.
And I get let me just go ahead and pull this up. I know she's not going to listen to this, so I don't give a shit. And if she does, I don't give a fuck anyway.
When would that ever stop? Oh, that beer's making me burp.
So let me hit my messages. And so I get a message. Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
So
she slid into your DMs.
She slid into my DMs.
And she
is blue checkmark verified.
Oh.
So, and I know who she is.
Okay, I don't know who she is, so keep going.
She's an actress.
Okay.
An artist.
Okay.
I said, nothing much. What's up with you? Again. She's a porn star.
Oh, is she?
Or was.
Okay, I was like,
Or was.
I almost asked. You said she's an actress and an artist. I was like, has she been in anything I've recognized?
Because I contrive me being so fucking contrive.
You go to Pornhub.com and type in Martelle.
No. I just type in Martelle into Google search and see what comes up. Because I want to see where it comes up.
I've done that before. I've
Because
Googled
at one
myself.
point, that's not Googling myself. It's just Googling my last name.
I know. Same thing.
At one point, I was the first 33 search results that showed up.
And you felt proud.
In Google. I'm like, fucking did it. You search Martelle, I'm the motherfucker that comes up. They're like, who is this asshole? Well, then this woman started showing up.
Okay.
About 7 years ago. Her name's Ashley Martelle. And I just responded with, nothing much. What's up with you? She goes, nothing much. I just had a weird request. And I hate to have to ask.
She wanted at Martelle.
But would you mind letting me have the name Martelle? With a, cry face at the end of it.
Shut up.
I waited. And then I responded. I'll have to think about that one. I really like my name.
For once, you are the person that has the .com address
I
that
have
somebody
the
wants.
name that somebody wants.
What would it take for you?
It's going to take a lot of lot of blowjobs and money.
I was going to say, I'm assuming you don't want sex, but maybe you do.
I don't, but it's going to take a lot of them.
So Liz is going to have to give you a lot of blowjobs for you to give you. I need to stop.
The name is not going to. I am keeping Martelle. I made my mind up literally when she asked the question, but I just responded with, I'm going to have to think about that. I'm not giving the name up. The only way that I'm giving this name up is it's going to take 7 figures.
That would be phenomenal.
It's going to take some. It's going to take.
She ain't got that kind of money, dude.
She doesn't. It's going to take some cash for me to give up
7
my
figures.
fucking name.
7. You want to give it up for $400,000?
No.
$800,000, $900,000. You would not give it up.
Nope.
But $1 million you would.
Maybe. I said 7 figures. I didn't
8
say
figures.
I didn't say it would have to be low 7 figures.
Well, she's only got 1 figure, and she's trying to put it to good use, apparently. So.
I will say though, she is fucking hot.
I'm not going to Google her.
Now I went back and Googled her. I searched her again. I didn't Google her. I searched for her. One video comes up.
Oh no!
Hold your ears, Sharon and Beth. It is just her slobbing on a knob.
You did not let me give a fair warning.
No, I did not. Why would I do that? I just gave one. Hold your ears, Sharon and Beth. No one else is listening that actually gives a shit about what I say.
Oh, man.
She is...
We are not the Buckhorn Ministries podcast.
Are you sure about that? Because I feel like I'm preaching.
Oh, you're preaching something. It ain't the gospel.
It is, but it was like she used to be part of Taz Angels.
Don't know what that is.
I don't either. I literally just found this out the other day.
It's like Charlie's Angels, but a little more risque.
They're like, blah, 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 blah. And they spin around in circles.
Oh man, so many jokes to make.
Why would I mean honestly? I don't have 1 million fucking followers like she has. I don't. I have like 600 because everyone hates me. But why would I give up my name?
No, you do you. I'd be interested to see what she'd offer, though.
Well, I haven't. She just wants me to give it up.
No, absolutely.
I'm not just going to give you.
Yeah,
it's like the guy when I took Flight to the Round Table. The guy's like, "Hey, this fits nice with the project I'm working on. Can I have it?" I'm like,
"Okay, first off, I came up with that name.
You did. And I grabbed the Instagram account. You know what else I grabbed his Instagram accounts? Thunder Cookie.
That's actually really good. I want to name a band Thunder Cookie.
So here's all the Instagram accounts I have. And it's...
You should get them on Twitter, too.
Well, on Twitter, I've tried to get a couple. So I have Martelle on Twitter, and I have Martelle on Instagram, and I have
Flight to the Round Table on Twitter?
I don't know.
You should try that.
But I grabbed AKA Martelle. I have the Fit United. I have brand.photo. I have THDR cookie, Thunder Cookie. And then I also have 7-minute AMRAP, which I don't use. I just sit on it. I have so many fucking names.
You sit on so many things.
I do.
It must be the
Martelle name. You know what I don't
name.
sit on, though?
It's the Martelle name.
You know what I don't sit on?
No, Martelle, what don't you sit on?
Some Middle West Spirits Lucky Find.
That's true. as he finishes it up.
All right, that's it. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and the Photoshops and everything else.
Insta, Google, Photoshops, the Grand, Tweetster,
and the
at Martelle.
and DuckDuckGo, and just search for Martelle and see what comes up. Anyway, I'm Martelle. He's Randy. We're out.
Peace.
See you.